Did you know that April is Donate Life Month? It's a time to recognize the extraordinary impact of organ donation and the teams that make it possible. Across Georgia, hospitals are not only saving lives, but providing second chances. And today we're highlighting one of those stories. It's a powerful reminder that each of us has the ability to make a life-saving difference.
Hey! How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Before this hug, the last time these two neighbors saw each other was 90 days earlier at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta, where Cindy Woodward gave Greg Jacobson her kidney, a surgery that would change both of their lives and save his.
Every day I wake up, it's a blessed day.
Greg has faced a lifetime of health challenges. When he was 29, he went into renal failure and needed a kidney transplant. Miraculously, Greg was only on the deceased donor list for 2 days before getting the call that there was a kidney ready for him, a rare, perfect genetic match. That kidney lasted Greg an astonishing 25 years. During that time, Greg survived pancreatic and stomach cancer, a stroke, and Lyme disease. But in 2024, he came to the heartbreaking realization that he needed yet another kidney.
I was like, well, I'm a gone man, He's finally calling me home. And I got...
Not your time.
There's a meme I have that said, I should not be here, but Jesus said it's not your time.
Right now in the U.S., it can sometimes take 8 years or more to receive a deceased donor kidney. Greg's team at Emory, nephrologist Dr. Payaswini Vasant and transplant surgeon Dr. Octav Christea knew Greg wouldn't survive that long.
And I said, Greg, you don't have enough time to wait for a deceased donor transplant. You need a transplant now.
When the doctors tell you, oh, it's going to be 10 years and we don't think you're going to live 10 years to get the transplant, what do? You go to social media, you beg, you plead.
Though Cindy and Greg have lived in the same Forsyth County, Georgia neighborhood for years, they were strangers. But when Cindy saw the Jacobsons' Facebook post about Greg needing a kidney, she was drawn to it. She reached out without hesitation and decided to get tested.
My late husband, Woody, worked for the sheriff's office, and he needed a heart transplant. He suffered a heart attack when he was assaulted. So he was on the transplant list for a while. Long story short, didn't get a heart, and he passed almost 14 years ago. So when I saw that, I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, I don't want this, another family to go through what we went through.
As fate would have it, Cindy was a match.
And it's just a miracle that we could even find a match to begin with. And somebody who lives in your neighborhood, it just blew us away. And Cindy's so sweet.
The day Cindy showed up on Greg's doorstep with the news is something neither family will forget.
Everybody just stood there and cried. It's very emotional. It's overwhelming, to find somebody that cares that much who you don't know.
I was so happy for him because he found a donor, and that was his ticket for life. Because he was sick going into transplant, and he was sick on dialysis.
Surgery day came with nerves for Greg and Cindy, not so much for themselves, but for each other.
That was one of my biggest concerns. What if it didn't work for her? And what if something happened on the table? So when I saw her in the post-op, it was such a relief. It actually, I got the biggest smile on my face.
Interesting, because I felt the same way. It's like I wasn't really concerned about me. I just wanted to make sure that he was okay.
The surgery was a success.
Greg had quite a bit of surgery beforehand, and when he and I talked before his operation, I said, well, we'll try to find that one spot in your abdomen where no one's been. They're never routine. These are always big operations. They're big events. They're big events in the patient's lives. They're big events for us. But his surgery went about as routine and as well as we could have hoped.
Today, both Cindy and Greg are recovering well. Recently, Greg celebrated his 30th wedding anniversary with his entire family. And in May, he'll experience another milestone.
Cindy is allowing my husband to be able to walk his daughter down the aisle, which is something that probably would not have happened. He was going downhill really quickly. He was really struggling, and that is something that's priceless.
She's my lifeline. I mean, she's my life. And
Kind of makes us biologically related now, I think.
yeah,
So,
which is just amazing. I mean, I wish more people would get out there and have that act of kindness.
They hope sharing their story will encourage others to consider becoming organ donors, especially living donors.
I say do it. Your life is not affected negatively at all. In fact, it's probably affected positively. You know, I think when you feel like you've done something good for somebody.
I always tell my patients when I see them, we are born with 2 kidneys so that we can give away one and we can all survive with 1 kidney.
You know, people think they have to be either an Olympic level athlete to donate a kidney, or they have to be a perfect match for the recipient, and none of that is true. You know, there are a lot of people out there that could potentially donate a kidney, and you can donate a kidney and live a long, healthy, happy life.
Because on any given day, more than 100,000 people across the country are waiting for an organ transplant. And sometimes the hero lives next door.
One decision can save lives. To learn more about organ donation and how you can help, visit gha.org.